Do you know why I became a homeopath? So, I'd obviously seen homeopathy work in my life. I had started taking it because I was suffering with insomnia, and I was on antipsychotic medication, and it really wasn't suiting me. So when I started working with a homeopath and saw the miraculous results, I was just shocked. So I was really fascinated with the subject, and I just started reading all I could. Then I started self-prescribing to my family with the Helios kit and the little orange book there. And my first thing was, I'm never going to remember all of this. This is just so much information. I mean, don't get me wrong, I would say I'm quite academic. I've got a teaching degree, I've got a degree in sociology, but my talent for learning, I'd say, is probably more sheer hard work. You know, if history, I never could remember the dates or the names or places. I can't even remember my left from my right. You know, I do have dance. I love dance, but I just cannot remember the routine. My memory is a little bit. Anyway, so that's what I thought about homeopathy. But when I was reading, I was like, oh my gosh, I remember that. That's so strange. I remember that belladonna, another word for it is deadly nightshade. And I remember that it's good for a fever and a headache. And I remember that nux vomica is for digestive issues, whether it's diarrhea, constipation, vomiting, nux vomica. I remember that sepia is really good remedy for women with hormonal issues. And I could remember it, lycopodium, people who have power struggles and feeling like issues with bullying and things. And it was just all sticking in, and all these complex words when I would first see them, phytolacca, for instance, and I'm like, oh, I'm never going to remember that. But it just stuck. And I was thinking, this is really weird. Why am I remembering all of this? So at the time I was working with my husband, supporting him with his building company. And my children were getting older, and I was thinking, you know, I do want a career for myself. I had been a teacher, but I didn't really want to go back into teaching. And I was kind of thinking, I'd love to do something I'm passionate about, something that helps people. So I actually did a arts psychotherapy course in the evenings at Roehampton University. And I did really enjoy that subject. It was fascinating, but yeah, there were limitations. I didn't really want to work in the system of the NHS. I was kind of a bit traumatized from my own experience with the psychiatric department for the NHS, and I didn't think that working in that environment was going to be good for me. So when I found homeopathy, and then I looked up at courses, and I just thought, you know what, I think I could do this. And yeah, believe it or not, I've kept on remembering. And now I absolutely love case taking. I love reading about the remedies. I love making that match. I think that's something that is really rewarding. And then hearing the success stories, obviously, and it's something that I believe in. It's something that I think everybody should know about. We just need more homeopathy and more homeopaths. So that is why I became a homeopath.